I, Cassandra-Floyd, as a peculiar expression of the Almighty, the Divine She, the Great Cosmic Mother, I am joining in breath with my global family to conspire on behalf of the whole made well. We are breathing these words together to ensure that our home, her body, is restored to her original perfect glory. Her glory is perfect in peace, love, bliss, happiness, and ecstasy. This world exists because we collectively will it so. We, as the representatives of the mother's reign on earth, speak this beautiful conspiracy as a single cosmic earthly orchestra to guarantee heaven on earth in joyful compliance with our mother's divine will. Possessing the power of our mothers, we welcome this glorious future now. It is it is certainly as we speak. Mommy and I are one. Mm-hmm. 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 That's the conspiracy. That's the conspiracy. And I'm gonna start reading that before we ever do anything else, right? So that's the conspiracy, drafted by myself on behalf of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. The second thing I want to do, I'm moving fast because I got a lot to talk to y'all about. Second thing I want to do, as evidence of what I just said earlier in promoting the need, the necessity for you to get your readings. Get your readings because all your readings come with homework. It's not just some shit to make you feel good. Every time I give a reading, you got homework. Okay? Get your readings. Okay? So today I decided to do a short pull for the temple. After I read this young man, it was so powerful. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab a couple of cards for the temple. You feel me? Bay. The cards that fell. I am still beside myself. All right? So I'm going to show you each card. But all four cards that I pulled on behalf of the temple are arrows cards. Are arrows cards. They're of the suit of the arrows. Now, the suit of the arrows in the traditional deck is the swords. The purpose and the energy of these cards is the same. The sword is a dually functioning instrument. The sword can, in the hands of the maleficent, be an instrument of oppression. The sword in the hands of the beneficent functions to defend, to protect life, to defend from the maleficent. You feel me? The sword, in its analogy in this reading, in this card, is synonymous as an anagram with the power of your tongue, with the power of words. Words are swords with dual function. Words are swords. They can heal or they can kill. They can harm or they can help. They can create beauty or they can create despair. Words are swords. So in the suit of arrows, which is the swords in the traditional deck, see, a lot of people see the swords cards and they're like, oh my God, because typically in the traditional deck, they come out as like warnings, right? But in this deck, it is about these swords are treated as arrows. You are directing that energy of the words. You are directing that energy of the vision that you can produce with those words. The way that you can wield words to create something in the material realm. That's what the arrow suit represents. And the thing about an arrow, just like with a sword, it is a mere image of what is happening in the heart of that person who wields it. The heart of the person that wields the arrows, that holds the swords, is going to determine its impact. Is its impact going to be detrimental? Is its impact going to be beneficial to the group? You feel me? So I love this suit. I love the arrows, right? And the arrows represent the energy of the element that the arrows represents is the element of air. It's the element of air, right? And so here you go. I say, okay, shuffle, shuffle, mix, mix. I'm going to do a 4-card pull. All 4 cards are from the suit of arrows. So I was like, come on in the room, then, Spirit. You got something to say about our words. You have something to say about the vision that we are being called to create. You got something to say, and I'm here for it. So let's go ahead and move through these cards fast. You're not late, Crystal. You're always on time, boo. Always on time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move through this little 4-card read. This is the 4-card read for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Whatever applies to you, keep it. Own it. Do something with it. If it don't apply to you, don't blink. Move on to the next thing. You feel me? Now, I tell you, whenever I do a reading, there's homework attached to it. So most diviners will tell you that no matter what style of divination you receive, that you should make a conscious act in the direction of the read within 7 days. Within 7 days of receiving the reading, take some identifiable step in the direction of what came down for you in the read. So that's what I'm telling you. This read, y'all ain't ready for it. It's so good. Okay. So the first card, I'll show it to my YouTubers first, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, is called The Apprentice of Arrows. Okay. So just look at the card for a minute. You've got them pointing towards the sun. She is showing him the way. He is drawing the arrow. And then you see a phoenix, like a spiritual phoenix in the midst. You see how the rays are coming up behind them. There's a lot going on in the imagery of this card. Now I'll show it to those on IG. The card is the Apprentice of Arrows. Beautiful card. This card, this card is my favorite card in the deck. And I got a bunch of favorite cards, but if I had to choose one, this is one of my 3 bigs. This is one of my 3 bigs. I love this card. You see, listen, there's so much going on in this card, y'all. It's not an accident. It's not, listen, I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. It is a sign of what we've been talking about for some time, that she is the Black woman as the mentor, and it's this white male child as the mentee. There's a lot going on in this here card that we about to talk about. The name of this card, The Apprentice of Arrows, is called Brave Herald of New Thought. Brave Herald of New Thought. Now, typically, I just give you the interpretation for the card, but this card is my favorite card of the day. As a matter of fact, I wrote next to it, Oya. The whole energy of this card is Oya all over. As soon as I take, so I'm going to read the card to you because it is magnanimous. Okay? Brave Herald of New Thought. Each minor arcana comes with a prayer that precedes it. So I am going to read you the prayer and the message for this card. Listen. The prayer is, I speak words that affirm the positive. I write in words that speak the truth, knowing that the truth is the underlying goodness within creation, and anything less than wondrous is false. Anything less than wondrous is false. I dismiss all thoughts of I can't and feelings that I am not responsible. I throw off whatever limits my good and the good of those around me. I see beauty and I speak to beauty. I see love and I speak to love. Where I cannot see these things, I supply them. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you on this day. If I stop right there, that's the read. Where I see beauty and I speak to beauty. I see love and I speak to love. Where I cannot see these things, I supply them. Where I cannot see love and beauty, I supply them. Bravely I go forth and change the words that cause harm and grief and hunger. I change the laws. That's all, y'all, baby. I change the limits. That's all, y'all, baby. I review concepts and remind myself. I recreate a better place to play. I am a messenger bringing new thoughts that are the seeds of freedom. With the words you give me, Great Spirit, the young shall be liberated, the world radically transformed. Can y'all come on in the room like I'm like it's service we having today? Okay. The lesson for the card. Your words live forever in the hearts and minds of 7 generations. We hear this. We've known this. Your words live forever in the hearts and minds of 7 generations. That's why I started with the conspiracy. Your words live forever in the hearts and minds of 7 generations. Speak in such a way that their minds can develop images of better ways. Now, let me tell you about this card, y'all. I'm always saying verbatim. The responsibility of the artist is to change the world. The world will be radically transformed primarily by artists. Every kind of artist, graffiti artists, musicians, poets, you name it, the gamut, dancers, whatever. The way that they are able to change the world, and especially the world we are attempting to construct, right, is, what am I always saying? We have to speak. What's the name of this thing? The glorious conspiracy. We have to speak the glorious conspiracy so that artists are informed with the vision that they can execute, and so that the many can grab onto, that no one can create that which they cannot imagine. If they cannot see it in their mind's eye, they cannot create it. I was talking to you a couple of months ago about that. That is why for the last 100 years, there have been 2,739 motherfucking horror movies made. It is because they are constantly trying to make it so that we cannot imagine a better way, constantly trying to proliferate our brain space with information that will make it impossible for us to see a future that is worth living, seeing a world where all are well, not just making it, all are abundantly well. That's what this shit serves. It's our responsibility to counter that, not get caught up. That's why I say it. Even though I walk down these wormholes and this bullshit about conspiracies about April 8th, I said, that's not the shit I'm delivering today. Today, I am delivering a glorious conspiracy. This is the role of the artist. This is the role of the orator. This is the role of the filmmaker, is to use what the mother is saying coming through her children, her oracles, her sibyls. Take what the mother is saying and transform it into images and sounds and feelings that people can pull into them, and it change their consciousness. It changes how they dream. It changes how they see. And now, crystal clear in their consciousness, they can see all the ways that people are actively trying to, quote, solve problems in the world, and they can begin to weave this into their consciousness as the way to shape this future. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all rocking with me? This card says, I pulled this card 30 minutes before I got on this call. This card says, your words live forever in the hearts and minds of 7 generations. Why is that important? What the fuck are you saying? Are you repeating? Are you repeating the ails of the past? Are you using your powerful throat chakra? Are you using the powerful energy, the ashe that comes out of your mouth to recreate the ails of the past? Or are you speaking a glorious conspiracy into reality? Your words live forever in the hearts and minds of 7 generations. So speak in such a way that their minds can develop images of better ways. In guiding anyone, particularly youth, make sure your words assist they're becoming self-responsible, capable, and caring. Listen to the needs of the developing soul of the student, just as you have been listened to by the ever-present guiding beings who stand by you in total love. Encourage the expression of highest self in all beings. Point the way. Listen, look at this woman, the brave herald of new thought. Point the way to this future that is certain to come. That's what the phoenix represents. The phoenix represents resurrection. The phoenix represents immortality. I got a word for y'all today. I'm trying to tell y'all, I got a word for y'all today. The phoenix represents immortality. The phoenix represents resurrection. It represents the inevitability of evolution. That's what the phoenix represents. The inevitability of evolution. That's what she represents. What do they say about the phoenix? That when she cries, her tears can heal all wounds. You understand? She represents the inevitability of evolutionary emergence, baby. That's what she represents. Okay? It says, let's see. Okay, point the way by your life and action. Point the way by your life and actions. You will return to life in the world you have given your children. You will return to life, the phoenix, in the world that you have given your children. Teach that all can be transformed. Teach that all can be transformed. The young have come to correct the errors of your generation. Give them the skills to do so. Stop talking shit about Gen Zs. Stop talking shit about millennials. Stop talking shit about your babies. Stop talking shit about young people. Stop it. Support, embolden young people so that because they got the energy, baby. They got the enthusiasm, they got the energy, and they got the rebellious ways that ensure, one, this shit that we want to see end can never rise again, and two, that they have the energy and the enthusiasm to create the world we say that we want to see made real. Stop slandering babies. Stop criminalizing young people. Stop talking about Gen Zs don't want to work. No, they don't want to work because they can see, even as our old asses can't, that there is a future in store for us where we do not have to be defined by burdensome labor. Okay? They got the courage we didn't have. They have the fucking gumption that we didn't have. So give them, what does she say? Teach that all can be transformed. The young have come to correct the errors of your generation. Give them the skills to do so. They are hope. Give them faith in themselves. Inspire courage in them. Share the wisdom that has helped you on your own path and the wisdom that you have developed as a consequence. Point the way. Encourage harmonious action in them. There is a child somewhere awaiting the knowledge you hold. Come on in the room, spirit. Woo! Come on in the room on this day, baby. That's just card one in this reading that I pulled for the temple today, baby. This is number one card. You understand? This is the number one card. Somebody asked, what is the deck that I'm reading from? This is the Medicine Woman Inner Guidebook. This is the Medicine Woman Inner Guidebook. Baby, Spirit did not come here to play today.